Hello. Okay, there we
Oh no,
go.
so you didn't hear anything we said the first little bit.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, you guys.
Ugh.
When we move these microphones, at times they are very finicky.
Do
So
you hear us
here we
now?
are. You can hear us now. I can see the signal coming in. Thank you, Sir Paul, for letting us know.
I'm Chelsey.
I'm Ben.
And this is
Supernatural Love. Okay, here we go.
Live.
And yes, this is a different broadcast every Tuesday night. We are used to having the clip-on microphones,
Yeah,
but
those little thingies.
we lost an adapter to make them function really well. So
Here.
when we're moving the microphone from where I usually podcast or broadcast, they have little switches on them. Anyways, welcome you guys tonight to Supernatural Love, where we talk about making God the center of all relationships.
It must have been really funny for the first little couple of minutes for the other people. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's pretty funny.
We
kind of look like this.
Probably. So let us know where you're watching from. Thank you guys for your patience tonight. Last week we talked about what revival looks like in our family.
Yes.
Revival is not always, as you may seem. It just simply means
right.
to live life fully alive, fully aware of God in your midst. And so we talked about some things with our family.
We talked about with our kids and what it looks like with our kids, what it looks like between our marriage. That's just basically the gist of last week's message. You can actually watch it on our YouTube channel.
Yes.
So subscribe if you haven't already.
Or you could see it on our Facebook as well.
Yeah.
Awesome, you guys.
But now we've moved on.
We've moved
to
on.
the segment of the Mystery
Tea. That's why I went like that, yeah. And every week there's something new. So, Chelsey, why don't you go ahead and try it?
So I have to smell this, I have to taste it, and then I have to guess what flavor it is. And so it smells pretty bland right now at the moment.
Well, we'll see what happens.
I've been told that my son made this.
Yes, Judah picked out the tea this week. I did not have the...
This is chai tea.
No, it is not chai tea.
Wait a minute. Do you know every week I always say this is chai tea?
Every week I would say chai again. Yes. So it's definitely not chai.
That made me laugh.
It did.
Yeah.
Loudly.
Annoyingly loud. Do you ever sometimes find yourself laughing really annoyingly loud and you're like, well, there's no way out of this. Just keep going. That just happened.
Yeah. So this is a different type of broadcast, guys.
I have
it's
no
a
idea.
family broadcast. And so you might be used to, us bringing, some kind of prophetic message.
But I
This
like
is more of our family night.
Vanilla.
No, not.
Stop.
Not
Just
vanilla.
wait. Just wait. This is regular tea.
Are you ready for the reveal? Is anybody here ready for the reveal of the mystery tea?
I'm really bad at this. Wait, there is some kind of a rhubarb blackberry?
Oh, getting close?
Blackberry tea?
No, definitely not.
Okay, but strawberry tea?
No,
Rhubarb tea?
No.
Well, you said I was getting close.
Yeah, because you were moving out of the bland territory.
Oh.
I'll give you 2 more seconds because people are waiting for...
I don't know, banana tea?
No.
What is this?
This is Grandma's Apple Pie is the name of this tea. Grandma's Apple Pie.
Nuh-uh.
Yes.
No, this does not taste like any grandma's apple pie.
I'm just saying...
If your apple pie tastes like this and you are a grandma, you are a bad cook.
Oh my gosh.
This is not grandma's apple pie.
All right. Here we go. Here we go.
No.
Felicia, how are you? Good to see you.
What's up, girl?
Good to see you on
That
here.
is not apple pie.
Hey, to me, it smelled like it, but I don't know. Tonight, you guys, we have some interesting things to get into. We actually have a mashup of a hot topic and a top 10. So
We usually do top 10, and then we usually have a hot topic. A hot
Yeah.
topic's more like, hey, here's a controversy. Bleh.
Yeah.
And so we decided, hey, here's a controversy that happens to be our top 10.
and we mashed them together as one. So there you go.
We'll see if you'll like this one.
Yeah,
It's called
it'll be really good.
To Mask or
Not to mask
That is the question.
the question.
Huh.
And a lot of people have a lot of different views on this. I have to admit,
And they've all tuned off.
I made a post about this in the beginning. I was not a fan. Was not a fan at the beginning.
Very true.
Big,
Very true.
not a fan. However, I had a friend that contracted COVID and kind of changed my perspective a little bit. Not a friend in Canada, mind you, but a friend of mine nonetheless. And so then, God started to speak to me about, the reasons why we get into things. And if you've ever heard me preach, I preach a lot about not entering into a place of reaction. And I think that that's really a dangerous place to be. When we start reacting to things in society in a way that's not the way the Holy Spirit would have us kind of respond. I love this quote by Pastor Bill Johnson that said that Jesus never reacted to anything the devil ever did. He only responded to what he heard his Father say and what he saw his Father do. So we need
Preach
to
it.
live accordingly.
You're already getting started.
Yes.
This, I'm drinking it because it's nice and hot. Never again, please.
Not good, eh?
All right.
Yeah. All
Top
right.
10, hot topic.
Top
to
10.
mask or not to,
To mask
mask.
or not to mask.
To mask or not to mask. It's funny how we
Hey
both said
guys,
that.
do us a favor and share the broadcast tonight.
Share
Because
it.
we're going to have a lot of fun.
Sharing's caring.
Caring.
Number
Sharing.
1, a benefit about wearing a mask.
Yes, so these are the top 10 benefits of wearing masks, just for the sake of being controversial. Number 1.
You can chew gum like a cow.
Yeah. Ain't nobody gonna know. Ain't nobody gonna know.
Done. Thank you.
Number 2, you don't have to brush your teeth.
Nobody wants to see your pearly whites.
Don't really recommend that, but
May not be good for the dentist bill, but anywho. Number 3, you can stick your tongue out at someone.
So if someone kind of crossed you in a interesting way, you can stick your tongue out at them. So these are the top 10 reasons why wearing a mask is not so bad. Number 4, you don't have to use lipstick nor see duck face.
I wrote that in there. I thought it was pretty funny that you got it. You don't have to see anybody do a selfie with a duck face.
Right? Come on. Hey, Marisol, how are you?
Marisol, you silly peeps. Yeah, we are. You
Come
love
on.
us, though. Number 5. You do not have to wax your fem stash.
Ooh.
Because the masks go above your... Yeah.
Yes, we did say fem stash.
Fem stash.
Number
We
6.
actually made that word up.
For all you spiritual people, you can pray in tongues. I have done this. I out somewhere and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I could totally do this, under my breath.
Raka, raka.
No one can see what so it's fantastic.
Where'd that go? Number 7. You don't have to smell other people's breath or other people's bodily functions.
Exactly. Fantastic. We're making the best out of kind of a forced situation. Where we live, I know it's not going to be the same for all my American friends and everybody that's
different.
watching. Some people from Australia, New Zealand that even watch Supernatural Love.
Cool.
At least here, when we go out to shops, we have to wear masks. So
Yeah.
top 10 reasons why
I think that's kind of worldwide.
wearing them is not so bad. Number
It might
8, you don't have to worry about a hanging boogie. like a nose. Anyways, you get what I'm saying.
So if you got one there, it's no big deal. No one can see it.
Come on. Yes, we
You
need
did
to
it
laugh,
for
Felicia. It's what it's all about.
Oh,
Come
thank
on.
you.
Yes, you love that
Well,
one.
yeah,
eh?
seriously.
Yes.
Just,
Come
a
on.
little hanging. And
All right, we're at
doesn't
what?
matter.
Are we at number
Number
9?
nine.
Number
Yeah.
9.
Okay. You get 1 free pass to tell your significant other, I didn't hear you.
So use it wisely.
Use it wisely. I didn't hear that.
I'm just saying. Yeah.
You said that.
And number 10, you don't have to laugh at a bad joke.
You just,
You can just be like,
or not at all. You're like, that was an ugly laugh, but whatever. Marisol will appreciate that ugly laugh.
yes,
You can ugly snort cry. Perfect.
yes. Come on.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's great. Did you just invent that on the fly? That's amazing.
Ugly snort cry. That's a whole word now.
Ugly snort. It's like femstash.
Femstash.
Yeah. Anyways.
You don't have to shave your wax your. Don't shave your femstash.
So those were our top 10 reasons why wearing a mask would not be so bad. We know is a controversial thing. That's why it's a top 10 hot topic. But tonight
Meshed.
we have something special that we want to talk about. Chelsea actually had this idea. I wasn't sure it was so much a thing, but
It's possible.
It's a thing.
It's a thing, and it's
people talk about this thing.
it's a possible that it could be a thing. Whatever. We're going to talk about it because I know when we were starting to get married, our first 5 years of marriage, we did a big, huge 5-year party because you're looking at something. Do it.
No, it covers your
You're
surprise when
surprised
someone says
says
something
shocking.
Like,
Exactly, Sophie.
well, maybe your eyes, though. I don't know. Let's see.
See, I almost had a hanging boogie, and I really had to hide myself.
Wow. Okay.
I did a laugh, snort, cry.
Wow.
Anywho,
The topic we're diving into.
we are diving into a theme called the 7-year itch.
7-year itch.
Now, this does not mean you've got an itch that's been going on for 7 years.
No.
And you can't locate it or can't
That-
have relief from it.
May require some form of
So
medicated
serious.
cream of some sort. We're not going to go any further than that. We're talking about the 7-year itch and why it is a myth. And we can debunk it.
The snort, cry, laughs come out. No! Some medicated cream.
You left the door wide open. I had to walk through it. Any guy that's watching this
Clarify.
broadcast is going to know that I had to make that joke. That's basically what I had to do.
Oh, gosh.
Wow.
Whatever.
So,
7-year itch. What does the 7-year itch mean?
Yeah, I think that it is the myth that after a while in marriage, people need a change.
Yeah. We're talking about myth here, guys.
Yes.
Okay?
Myth.
This is the myth that has been evolved over years. It used to be a saying a long time ago, oh, be careful at your 7-year.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So we speak blessing over you, Felicia, in Jesus' name.
God.
We're just saying that this is a myth. Okay.
It's a myth,
so
girl,
here you go.
okay?
All right. Cool.
Trust us. Okay.
Hey, Melissa. Good to see you.
Hey, Melissa DeGay.
Awesome.
So it's a myth. And the reason why we're trying to bring this up is a myth because we can say things. For example, Felicia, you have children. And so you can say things like, oh, it's the terrible twos, or oh, that's the ferocious threes, or whatever the word is. But
ferocious. Wouldn't it be ferocious fours?
Oh, it's true.
Isn't it supposed to rhyme?
I don't know. Anyways, whatever. I made that third one up. Regardless.
The sinister sixes.
What I'm trying to say is we're saying it, and then it happens, right?
The nifty nines.
Okay, stop. It's done. Okay. So I always trip over the sidewalk, and then you're surprised when you trip over the sidewalk. It's something that you expect that's going to happen because you've said it. And so that's the whole thing about the 7-year itch thing is that it's our 7-year, and then it's in the back of your mind, something's going to happen this year, or like, oh, it's getting boring, or things like that. And it's always something that just kind of occupies your mind. It's called a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's something that you don't want, but you're expecting it to happen.
Yeah, there's not a lot of help outside of really good resources. Especially don't be looking in magazines, when it talks about anniversaries, or when it talks about these kind of things, Cosmopolitan or any of these kind of magazines. They're going to touch on these kind of things just for you to read and probably take some random weirdo test. No judgment if you've taken these tests, but they're not going to help you. They're not going to help the confidence in your relationship. So let's dive into 7-year itch.
Don't expect it to happen.
Yeah, and so there's a few excuses that people give. Some people say, it's getting a little boring.
Yeah.
We're kind of feeling that we're going on different paths.
Oh, well, our children's really taken over our life, and life has only been about children. So,
yeah, And some people are like, I'm just not in love anymore. I don't feel like I'm in love. You know.
You fall out of love, or just we have really bad communication. We just don't get each other anymore, so we're just gonna move on.
Yeah,
meet other people. It's much better.
There are a lot of excuses.
Ain't nobody got time to restart dating someone,
right?
Come on.
Yeah. So Chelsey and I have been married 12 years. It'll be 13 years
next month.
This November.
Yay!
So it's gonna be absolutely awesome. Yeah. So it is. That's so true. With God's glory to glory, no itching. That's right. That's right. No itching. Not itching.
However, there are years where it does get hard.
Yeah.
And that happened in our 2nd year of marriage, not 7 years.
For years 2 to 5 were
the most hardest time of our life. And that was based on bad communication.
Yes.
We didn't communicate properly. We expected things with our expectations of each other, never communicated what they were. And so, honestly, between 2 and 5, it was so rocky. You could say it was the 7-year itch. But
yeah, I mean, not that there was ever a temptation for us to be with somebody else.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
It was just the sense that things are difficult. But I remember hearing a message from my friend Charlie Robinson. And Charlie, he would say, a lot of people might start to say, we're just not in love anymore. I don't feel like I'm in love, But the reality is, love is a verb. Right? So love is is an action that you do towards someone. You know, obviously when I preach, I talk about how love is a person. His name is Jesus. But practically speaking, in our relationship, love is a verb.
Yep.
But there's an emotion that's attached to love, and that emotion is often joy. And so when we lose joy, or when we're not feeling joy because we're experiencing some other emotions that are occupying that space, it can feel like we've fallen out of love.
Yeah.
When in actual fact, we've just lost the joy that's attached to the love.
Yeah.
Hopefully that makes sense to some of you.
That made sense to me.
My goodness. Yeah. 13 years, Sam. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
I can't believe it's
yeah.
already been 13 years. My goodness, congratulations. Aw, thanks. How many years
Yo,
have you guys,
Wes,
Sam?
what's up, man? Love you, bro.
Hey, Wesley.
Yeah, so that was a game changer for us.
Preaching Ben.
Yeah, come on. So we have discovered that there's a lot of areas where we've missed it
Yeah.
in our communication.
Nobody is perfect, and no marriage is the ideal perfect marriage to have, like those hashtag marriage goals or things like that, like
hashtag couple goals.
couple goals, and that's awesome, and it's good to have things that you both want, but why not have it now? Why not work for those goals now?
Yeah.
Especially when it has to do with a relationship. It's not like we're a project. It's not like this is a project due for next week. This is a project. This is not a project. This is a lifelong commitment, partnership to make things work from now till that's it. Till death do us part.
Yes, absolutely. So
just by the way, you're going first.
Oh my gosh. That is not a self-fulfilling. I cancel those words
in Jesus' name.
Yeah. Love is a choice, not a feeling, Melissa. Yes,
Amen.
absolutely.
That's right.
Been married 4 years on the 22nd, but been together 8 years.
8 years.
Congratulations, Sam.
4
That's
years
awesome.
on the 22nd of October.
Yeah, awesome.
Nice. Oh yeah, I remember your wedding.
Fantastic. Yes.
Oh my
Absolutely,
gosh.
yes. Lifelong commitment and work on it today. Make the choice today.
Today. Make that commitment today. Don't say, oh, I'm going to work on it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Make it today. Start today. Hey, babe, I love you, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Let's work on this today. Oh, boy. Okay. Anyway.
I love you, too.
So we have come up with some solutions that might actually help you guys or whoever is watching or going to rewatch, that could help you. They're not set in stone. They're not must do or else you're done. You know those things you must pass this message on to 7 people or you'll have 7 years of death. Like, no, it's not one of those things.
Not one of those freaky Facebook share posty things.
Oh my gosh, I used to get those texts so
By
many
the way,
times.
don't send them.
Don't ever
to
do
us.
that. No.
We love you, but
We'll erase you.
No.
You'll just be erased.
No, we won't erase you, but wait, yeah, we probably won't share. Anyways, moving on.
But these are some solutions that actually have helped our marriage. So we can attest to them that they actually do work, okay?
Yeah.
So here is number 1.
Number 1.
Go for it, because I want to talk about number 2.
Oh, okay, cool.
Put him on the spot.
Reach out to your friends. It is so important. You know, when you're going through some stuff, have some safe people that you can reach out to.
Yeah.
We're going to put in a shameless plug for the connection codes. It's this amazing webinar that Chelsey and I have been part of hosting, hosted by our friends Dr. Glenn and Phyllis Hill.
We actually had them as interviewees on our Supernatural show back in September.
Yeah.
I believe that was like 22nd of September or something like that.
Wow.
But I know, weird. But we interviewed them about the connection codes because we attended the webinar in September, and then now we're hosting this new webinar with other amazing hosts as well.
Absolutely.
It's just been an amazing journey.
So you want to check them out on Instagram at Connection Codes, and you'll get to see some Instagram live videos from Dr. Glenn and Phyllis, some more information, because it is a game changer.
Oh my
gosh. And it
gosh.
has been for us. It's allowed us to really open up and talk about our emotions and process them live in the moment. It's been awesome. So highly recommend it. I'll make sure that we put the link later on in the chat for y'all to check it out. But
Absolutely.
at Connection Codes on Instagram, and you'll be able to find them. All right.
Yeah, or you can go to drglenhill.com.
Yes.
And it will give you all the information you need as well for the next webinar. They're doing a girls webinar 2 nights in November. Can't wait for that. It's going to be amazing. But honestly, I have to say that connection code that we attended, it's like the first round was so amazing, and you're grasping all this new concept, but it's so simple. It's it just becomes much more alive to you in your marriage.
Exactly.
And then now that we're hosting it, we're redoing it because we're hosting it for another group of people, and it's becoming alive once again. And there's other things that we're able to pick up that we didn't pick up the first time, and that we're able to practice even more with each other about our emotions and how to communicate better. So connection codes, that's a suggestion.
Check it out.
Reach out to friends. Connection codes. The third one we want to suggest is date schedule. What does that mean? That means you schedule a date. And not only do you just schedule a random date, but 1 month the girl could do it, and the next month the guy can do it. It doesn't always have to be the chivalry guy who sets up the dates. You were going to say something.
No, we can come up, we can swap ideas, exchange ideas. She takes 1 month, I take another month, and just kind of come up with creative solutions for dates. I mean, guys online, honestly, there's so many things.
No excuse.
You can find so many things online, so many ideas for dates and to make that connection possible. Chelsea's way better at that than I
have a very creative mind, first off. So for coming up with creative ideas, I'm like, oh, I'd love for him to think of that for me. But I'm just like, well, why can't I just do that for him? Who cares? I'm involved in the party anyways, so why not? So like ideas, like there's this awesome book. If you haven't seen any of the promo on Facebook before, there's an awesome book called, oh my goodness, I just went blank. It's 50 adventure dates you can take with your couple. Anyways, it's a book that you could purchase. Each date...
word adventure brings a little bit of fear.
It does.
Just a little bit.
Just a little fear? Okay, but regardless, the little thing that you have, the idea that you have to do, you have to scratch it off with a pen or coin, right? You scratch it off with a coin, and then it shows you what you need to do. Now, it tells you how much it is. It tells you sometimes it's free because you just use your house. It tells you where to go. Sometimes it's just in your house. And one of the ideas is baking, but one partner is blindfolded.
All I can think of is like a burn from the oven. It's just dreaded thing that like it raises this big white bump on you and you get burned in the oven. It's like the worst.
Okay,
your skin goes like zombie gray or something when you hit the.
It's like the trust fall, where you trust your partner to guide you throughout the whole baking process.
Okay.
Plus you're laughing, and plus maybe you can throw in some flour in the person's face.
Yeah.
Anywho, that is dating. Another idea is every month you can do a different theme of a country or a city, right? Like 1 month it could be Italy, and the next month it could be Mexico, or the next month it could be New York pizza. I don't know. But you don't go to those actual places. You transform your kitchen, you transform your living room, you transform your bedroom into that theme, right? You can put on Italian music and eat spaghetti or pizza or whatever. I don't know. You just get into it.
Yes.
Okay? There's an idea.
There you go.
Solution.
You can do all kinds of creative ideas.
It
seems like my face is priceless. Yes, that's because there's a little bit of fear. Can you imagine? Okay, imagine an adventure date that involves something crazy, like I don't know, like doing an obstacle course together. And like to me, there's fear when it comes to something like that. That's probably why my.
Who knows? One of them is painting. But you
show us a few of the ideas. Well, some of the ideas Chelsea mentioned is that you could go camping in the living room.
In your living room. So you set up your own tent in the living room. Well, not an actual
tent.
No! You make a fort.
That sounds pretty intense.
You make a fort like a little kid.
No? Okay.
You're so old.
Oh, wow.
But I love your oldness.
Wow. And you love my boldness.
No.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, yes.
I love how you turn.
As long as you don't say you love my baldness.
No, I didn't say it.
Okay, cool.
You did.
All right.
You build a fort in the living room, watch TV,
Like
watch
a
a movie, like a play fort.
Okay.
We are married.
There must be padding.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Oy vey. This is fun. So those are some ideas. Anyways, I had showed you a couple of other ideas, but yeah.
Guys, we told you that this would be a different kind of broadcast. Every Tuesday night, it's going to be like
I
this.
love this.
8:30
So
Tuesday
good.
night, Supernatural Love. So we're going to continue
7-year itch.
pressing
It's a
on with
myth.
what we're talking about right
Yes.
here.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
That one.
oh, what's this one?
That one.
Look through a photo album. Okay, so Chelsea has a whole bunch of these books that she's ordered. They're called chat books. Why don't you tell them about it? Because all I know is that they keep coming in the mail. And, like, we must have, like 100 of them. I'm going to
totally
stop
wanna
taking
go and get
photos
it now.
online because they
No.
just, yeah.
You just have to keep on putting photos in your Instagram account,
Yeah.
and I'll take care of the rest.
Yeah.
Regardless, Chatbooks is an amazing company. There are so many other companies out there that do the same, but basically I've chosen Chatbooks to be my company. And so I just order these cute little books that they make that are full of pictures that I can choose from Instagram account to Facebook account to his Instagram account and Facebook account. So all pictures that we've taken both are into this one book, and it could be like a whole month. So September, it would be all these pictures we've taken, and here you go. Wham bam, there you go. And so that really helps too. So when we look through them, right? So we're talking about if you're experiencing that lull in your marriage, okay? And so these are a couple of solutions and ideas that you could do to help go over that hump.
Yeah.
Because you really have to think about this. This is just a phase.
Yes.
It's not a forever thing.
True.
That 7-year itch, okay, we're calling it because it's a myth, but that feeling of lull or boringness in your marriage is just a phase.
Temporary.
It's temporary if you decide to make it temporary. That's the thing. When you make that commitment to make this and you work at it today, right? We were talking about it before that. We're working at it today. Then you're able to move past that phase and keep going with some of these solutions that we've created. Now, you may have 10,000 solutions as well.
Yeah.
Research. Your marriage is worth it. So research for it. Okay?
So make sure that the pictures you're looking at are pictures of like you guys together.
Yes.
It could be even your wedding
marriage.
pictures.
Yes.
Could be your wedding video if you had a videographer or something like that.
We totally didn't.
Yeah, we totally. We had like.
We had a beautiful
We had-
friend
we
who
had your-
took amazing pictures that I was
We had
like...
your uncle that lost the videotape. And he had like a camcorder and he lost the videotape of our
It's all
wedding.
good.
We never
No
actually got it.
worries.
So
It's okay.
it's probably somewhere. Nowhere.
It's okay. We know we got married. That's all that matters.
Yes, we have proof. Photographic evidence. Yes. What else? We mentioned that. Be intentional. Be intentional. So make
Huge.
sure that you have it marked on the calendar. We have 2 huge calendars on our... We have 2 or 3 huge calendars.
You have to. Hey.
Do we have 2 or 3? I feel like we have 3.
3.
We have 3 huge calendars
We have
on our fridge, and it has everything
Yeah, I'm
written
an
down
organizer.
about our life. Like we have got 2 on the
Any
front
other
of the fridge
organizers out there?
and 1 on the side of the fridge. Yeah, you ever want to have a fridge that actually looks like a fridge?
Actually-
we don't. Ours looks like a smart board. So we've got like 2 of them there. One of them on the side. It's got everything going on. Put a dot on the day
calendar.
that you intend to have a date. Be intentional.
Intentional. Honestly, I really wanted to have a whole wall dedicated to calendars.
Wow.
I wanted to put 12
No.
calendars, so like each calendar would be a month. I'm talking about like those Bureau and Grow calendars that like wipe clean.
Okay. Anyways.
He still loves me.
Um,
Okay, so
this is
see,
a good-
look,
this is a-
Marisol says yes.
Yeah.
Organize.
Organizers unite. Oh my gosh.
Yes, I
Okay.
know Marisol's quite the organizer. So
Yes.
like,
Okay. This segues maybe
all right,
into the no. I'm teasing.
so the last one
Yes.
that I think, anyways, right? Because there's there's 2. Okay, so this is the second to the last one. Find an older couple that you trust, that you want to ask questions about how did they get over that lull in their marriage.
How do you do this
how do you
marriage
do
successfully?
this marriage thing?
How are you still together?
How?
How?
So Ben is very fortunate and blessed that both of his grandparents. That means his parents' both.
Is that really what that means? My parents' parents. For those of you that don't know what grandparents...
Yeah, shit! You're so mean!
My parents' parents. Those grandparents.
I'm emphasizing the fact that this is amazing and you're blessed. So that his parents, which means his grandparents,
are still alive on both sides.
I'll do a throw punch,
Yeah.
okay?
What? Okay, so the other night, you guys, we're just kind of like playing and fooling around, and Chelsea goes like this, and she literally like slaps me in the throat with her fingernails. Like there was like marks. And I was like, oh my gosh. And her parents are like, what did you do? She's like, I didn't mean to. I just did this. And she hits me harder, demonstrating what she did. But this time, she didn't like hit me with her nails. She actually full on throat punched me. I was like, you're only going to hear about this on Supernatural Love. You're not going to hear about this on a prophetic broadcast. Like, and then he was punched in the throat. It's not that kind of broadcast.
Oh my gosh.
But here, you'll get the real
Honestly,
deal.
he was joking and I was like, oh my gosh, I actually threw
Yeah, because you
him.
WWE style. Like, I don't even know. But,
Okay, I lost what I was going to say, by the way, because that was way too funny.
Melissa was saying, she's keeping us on track. Look, older couple.
That's an amazing idea.
Amazing
Thank you. Okay,
idea.
so an older
Yes.
couple, yes, you
Okay.
definitely. Right, so your grandparents, both sets of his grandparents are still alive and living
Yes.
well and healthy and celebrating 66 years?
60-something.
67 years
A
of
lot.
marriage.
Many years.
Those are the type of people you want to be asking questions about how did you do this?
Mm-hmm.
Because that is couple goal.
Yes.
Hashtag couple goal.
Yes.
I want to celebrate 67 years of marriage with this man.
Come
Tell
on.
you.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay?
Yes, and then if need be, do not get stuck.
Yeah.
Seek counseling. Just do it. Because your marriage is worth
Just
it.
say Shia
Like-
LaBeouf all the way.
Do it! Do it! Yeah. That's what has to be done. Again, you guys, you're not going to get this kind of footage on another broadcast. You're only going to get it here on Tuesday nights. Hey, Jordan, what's up?
Jordan!
Good to see you. You're awesome. We love you.
Jordan,
And
we
Alex.
love you.
And so, yeah, don't get stuck. Seek help. Go and get some counseling. Make sure that you can get through it. Open up that communication. Again, we're going to be leaving those links for you
connection
to
codes.
check out because you're worth it, guys. Yep.
Maybe it's Maybelline. That was the...
Yes. I don't really know where to go from there. But, yes. Anyways, Supernatural Love. Every single
from our living room.
Tuesday night. Sometimes we'll be going a full
love
hour.
you guys.
Sometimes we'll just be going,
connect with y'all.
a little bit. Yeah, we love
Hey,
you.
we
Let's
would love for you
do
and
it.
Alex to come on Supernatural Love so we can interview you guys.
Interviewage.
Oh my goodness, as a newlywed, I believe, right? 2 years? 1 year? 2 years? How many years, Jordan? How many years you guys been married for?
I'd say at least 3. I'm going to guess 3.
Three?
Maybe a 3+.
Ooh, I'd say 2+.
Okay, 2+.
Come
Well,
on.
whatever. She'll
Just-
let us know. But yeah, we love all of you guys. We are not going to drag this on.
No, but we're going to leave some
further.
time for some Q&A.
Yes.
Because we have some Q&A.
Exactly. So let us know
Chelsea, you
if
are
you have
so
any
funny.
questions about tonight. Oh, 3.5, 3+. Oh, snap. I was right. I was right.
Throw punch.
I was right. Whoa. See, I was blocked. I blocked it. I was good. Yeah. Yeah.
Three
I'm
and
good.
a half. Okay, so you have
That's
3.5.
wise
and
dance,
you have-
self-defense.
And you have...
You know, like dance fighting in Jumanji, except I'm not a girl. Anyways, moving on.
We like that movie.
Ooh, baby, I love you.
You let your guard down.
I did.
Anyways, Jordan, it would be amazing to have you and Alex to come on our... Hey, I was just about to rap.
Right?
Yeah,
You were going to rap?
I was. To come on our
No.
show and explain to us what it's like bringing God in the center of your marriage, in the center of your parenting, in the center of your jobs, because you do a lot of health living as well, which is amazing. So it'd be awesome to interview you guys.
sometime.
Summertime.
So any questions that you guys
The floor is
have,
opened.
go ahead and let us know.
About the 7-year itch and
all
what
you
we've
people
talked
that are
about.
watching, or maybe you're not in the broadcast, but you're watching with the sound off.
Why would
In
you
which
be watching
case-
with the sound off?
Some people do.
Why?
I don't know.
Is there captions?
Come join us.
Can they read what we're saying? Can you read what I am saying
After-
right now?
No, but on YouTube, that was strange. On YouTube, yeah.
Because maybe
And is here, and he has his
popcorn and drink.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. You guys are just joining us now. Oh my goodness, you've missed action.
So much.
Like everything from dance fighting to throat punching to all the stuff you missed. So go back and watch because you'll love it.
If you're just tuning in, we talked about the 7-year itch, and
Yes.
we're not talking about a certain itch that did last for 7 years.
No.
That's disgusting. You need help.
Nasty.
We were talking about the fictional,
Mythological.
the non-existent myth of 7-year itch that happens in a marriage.
Technically, the myth does exist. It wouldn't be the non-existent myth.
Oh, okay, right. Because if it was a
Be the-
non-existent myth, that means it would be true.
Correct. Two double
my
negatives make a
brain.
positive.
My
Anyways.
brain hurts.
Yes.
Can't do this.
All right. So, any questions, you guys, about what we shared? Again, we talked about, this thing that's the supposed
Jordan's
7-year
on.
itch, where people basically they get bored, and it kind of leads to this expectation that maybe it's time to move on. Our relationship's not working.
Right, you
We've
get
fallen
bored.
out of love or whatever. And I talked about that before.
Yeah.
How love is a verb. But there's an emotion attached to it called joy, and oftentimes when we're missing the joy, we feel like we're all out of love. I'm so lost without you, something like that.
I
But
will have to watch
Yes.
the replay. Oh, girl.
yes, absolutely. So,
Any other questions?
any questions?
Questions about what we were talking about today? Questions about our marriage? Anything? We are
You can even ask a random question. I'm down.
like, what
game.
color is your nose hairs?
Wow,
Hey, babe, I got a question for you.
what's up?
What was it that attracted you to me other than looks?
Yes, definitely your sense of humor. 100%. I think she brought me to her brother's wedding as a date.
Oh, dear Lord.
And this was, nobody really knew who I was. And so we started dancing on the dance floor. And if anybody has ever had the privilege of seeing me dance, then you will know that there's a strange mashup of Kevin James and Jack Black. And that kind of manifests into, some of this and some of that. So
Oh my gosh.
when we started dancing.
And you survived the questions of, hey, where's the other guy?
Yeah. So, actually, there's a hilarious story.
Whatever.
I don't know if I should share the hilarious story.
Start with the dance
Anyways,
one at a time.
she started dancing Goofy as well, and then we Goofy danced together all night long.
Then I did some Elaine dancing.
Anyways, you get the idea.
I think it was the Elaine dancing that he fell in love with me with.
So she was Goofy, and that was great. So Goofy and Beautiful.
Aww.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Did that work?
No.
No. Okay.
So yeah, if that answers your question.
Oh, I just picked my nose. That really hurt.
Okay.
Like my nail.
Remember, you can only do that if you have a mask on.
All right, I need a mask.
Yes. Yeah. If you don't get that, go back, watch the
Replay.
Top,
Ooh,
top
do we have
10.
some questions?
Oh, here we go.
Question. Can you start from the beginning?
Boom.
We missed it.
What are some ways you guys keep the joy despite seasons in your marriage? What is your check-ins as a couple? My check-ins.
Ooh, I love this question.
You want to do it?
Nope. Move on. No, just joking. I'm totally joking.
So-
That was good. You totally believe me too. So what we had talked about before, actually some solutions to getting past that phase in your marriage, that there is a little bit of like what's going on here? There's a little bit of feeling like, do you still love me? What's going on, right? There's that lull feeling. So we had done some suggestions. So watch the replay, Danny. But
But
we had, like we talked about, we did connection codes.
yes,
Honestly, I know that we're talking about connection codes a lot.
cannot stress enough how much of a game changer that is for your relationship.
Oh my goodness.
It's so legit. So you got to
Check
check
it
out
out.
our interview we did with Dr. Glenn and Phyllis Hill, and look on Instagram, follow at Connection Codes.
Yeah.
And they'll talk about all these amazing tools. Chelsea and I are leading a webinar right now with other couples that people are a part of.
Yeah.
And it's all about opening up the lines of communication and processing the emotions you're going through live, like in the moment. I feel fear. I felt shame today. I felt guilt today when, they give a tool that takes about 4 minutes to go through every single day,
Yeah.
where we just start to communicate these emotions, process them together, so that she knows where I'm at,
Yeah.
and that I know where she's at, and that allows us to continue to move
But
forward.
it's really cool what you said with your check-ins as a couple, because it's true. You could be thinking that everything is hunky-dory. Yeah, I said that. Hunky-dory.
Hunky and dory,
Hunky and dory.
not just one. Both.
But, babe, you're hunky and I'm a dory.
You're adorable.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh.
And I'm a hunk. Awesome.
Okay.
That's fantastic.
That was so lame. So, hunky-dory. But sometimes it's not for the other person. And so you need to check in. You do. You need to ask your partner, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
And that's what the connection codes teach you.
Yep.
They teach you how to develop that communication style. How, like, sometimes you're just sitting there and, like, what else is there to ask? Hey, how's your day? It was good. I went to work. I did my job and I came back home and now we ate supper and now we're sitting down. Do we watch TV? Do we not? What do we talk about? Because, like, after a couple of while, you're finding out, well, I already know this person so much. What else is there to ask? So you play the 20-question game, and then you realize you already know all those 20-question answers now. And now what? Well, this technique that Connection Code teaches actually is an amazing conversation starter.
Yeah.
And this is something that does not die after a while.
Yeah.
Whereas the 20-question game kind of does, because there's
Yeah.
like, you're thinking about, okay, what other question can I ask that I don't really know? This connection code doesn't die.
No, because you'll always experience emotions. It'll always
Exactly.
happen to you, and you can always have
Process.
someone to process them
Yeah.
with, and it can open up so much stuff. So,
Yeah.
without just hammering on this the whole time,
Yeah.
There were some suggestions that Chelsea had for a book that she found about like 50
Yes,
dates
50
or something.
dates, 50 adventurous dates.
Adventurous dates.
Yes, you find that on Facebook
Where
Reel.
I
I
feel-
actually
I feel
want
a
to
little bit of-
purchase this.
Yeah.
But also, there was something else that we had done. Because we were doing, well, we are still doing ministry in Quebec, there was a time in our marriage where we did need a marriage counselor because we realized we were not connecting at all. And so we had sought out some good friends of ours outside of Quebec
Yeah.
that we were able to do Zoom calls with before Zoom was a thing.
Yeah, right?
And so we were able to do
Pre-
Zoom calls.
pre the Zoom boom.
Zooming. Zoom boom. Oh my gosh. And so we were able to do marriage counseling with them. We actually went to visit them pre-COVID and
Long time
have
ago.
a good session actually in person. And so that was really helpful. We seeked counseling, and that was one of the solutions as well that we had suggested, was seek counseling. Is there any other questions?
I'll put it up in the chat, Jordan, or we'll just text it to you. It's
Connection
awesome.
Codes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was there another question though that had kind of
I don't
came up?
think so. Is this a question?
Maybe ways to hold on while we work on issue in the relationship.
Ways to hold on. Pray.
Oh, yeah, that's a very
ask
good
God what His vision is for your relationship.
Yeah.
And move toward that. Ask God to give you His heart for what the relationship is supposed to be,
Yeah.
and pray into it and move forward. I know that might seem like almost a
Cliche,
cliche type
yeah.
answer, but literally the way that I live life anyways is God needs to give me some kind of a blueprint, a reason why, and then we move into it by faith. So yeah, that's something, to hold on to.
Absolutely. I know that also it's really good to put your fence down. Don't be so offended all the time.
Or offendable.
Offendable.
Yeah.
All the time with what's coming at you, because there's always an underlining pain or emotion that's going on that may not necessarily be the forefront of everything. There may be a core emotion that they're feeling that they're not expressing because they're unable to. They're not connected with it.
Yeah.
They're connected with the primary emotion, but they're not necessarily connected with the core emotion. And so your job is to help them connect with the core emotion without being offended with the primary emotion.
Very good.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So, without kind of continuing, this has been pretty awesome.
This has been good.
This was all about the 7-year itch myth. So go back and watch our
the Bigger Nerd.
Hot Topic Top 10, where we talk about 10 reasons why wearing a mask may not be so bad. Or 10 advantages to mask or not to mask. So everybody's got different ideas. Thank you guys.
Thanks for tuning in,
watching with us, and we'll see you next
Tuesday.
week. All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.